Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's, I almost said episode. It is kind of an episode. Start that over again. Click. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's class. It is Strong and Steady. You've tuned in for today. I'm Jen. Thanks for joining. All right, let's extend our arms out from our sides and start moving them into circles. And relax through your neck and jaw and tops of shoulders, all the places that you carry tension. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Change directions of your circles. Starting big or starting small, getting bigger. Good, and then we'll take some back strokes. Slowly opening up the chest. Feel your shoulder blades moving around back there. Good, switching sides. For today's workout, I've got my chair and I have several sets of dumbbells, and that's what I need for today. We're going to have a great workout. All right, then hands back on your hips. And we'll hinge, okay? So remember, hinge, we want a neutral spine. So pelvis to top of the head, neutral, whether we're vertical or whether we're not. As we're hinged over, we are parallel to the ground. Inhale and exhale, but we want that back to remain in its nice neutral, activating the muscles of the back and the core to support the spine. Good, and how many do? We do as many as we need to start feeling loosened up in the hamstrings and glutes. Good, all right, I'm feeling good. Now I'm gonna take my arms off my hips, cross them out in front and do some body weight squats, keeping my feet in neutral. Inhale and exhale. All right, in today's workout, we are going to start in our chair and we're going to work on first a nice round of bilateral movements. And then we're going to do several rounds of unilateral movements and then come back to our bilateral movements again. Okay, so I'm going to start on my chair and we're going to do some good old fashioned basics here. We have 4 movements. We're going to do chair squats, and you can use dumbbells or not. Then we're going to be bent over and we're going to do rows to tricep kickbacks. And then we're going to bring the dumbbells out in front. We're going to do elbow squeeze to press, and we can do that seated or standing. And then we have alternating bicep curls. Okay, in terms of quantity, we are going to do 20 of each. Yes, so be mindful of the weight that you choose. You have 20 squats. Okay, ready? All right, legs held in parallel, heels into the ground. Shoulders are back, don't be drawn forward or rounded in your spine. Okay, sit nice and tall. All right, inhale, exhale, press through your chair. And back down. Exhale, 2, 3. We're just like on a boomerang. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, for the next 10, let's change things up. Let's set one dumbbell down. We'll hold one to our chest and we can imagine it's a platter, right? You can hold it into your chest. You can actually hold it forward like a platter. Inhale, exhale, rise. Focus on keeping that dumbbell steady. 2, no rocking. If there's water resting on your platter, that's a good mental image. 5, exhale, 6, Relax through the neck and tops of shoulders. 8, 9. Make sure that exhale includes a transverse wrap. And 10. All right, nicely done. How about that? 20 squats. Okay, now I'm going to do this in a bent over stance. You can do the reverse row to kick back on your chair as you like, okay? So either way, if you're seated nice and tall on your chair, on your sit bones, you're gonna hinge forward slightly. Okay, so I'm standing, accomplishing the same thing. All right, ready? Drive that belly button in. We don't wanna feel any pain in the low back. Pull, extend. 2, 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze. So pull by the elbows, straighten the arms. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right here. All right, here's the twist. Now we're gonna go the last 10 by 2s. Ready? 1, 2, kick back and kick back. 2, 2, kick back and kick back. 3, pull, kick back, row, row, kick, kick, row, row, kick, and kick. And hinge back to upright. Okay, nicely done. Okay, now elbow squeeze to press. So grab those dumbbells and you can stay standing or have a seat. Now we have elbow squeeze to press. All right. Sit tall on your sits bones. All right, dumbbells out in front. We're gonna hinge up. Get your elbows parallel to armpits. Squeeze, open, press. 2, 3, 4. Exhale the tension out of your jawline. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, you can probably guess what's coming. By 2s. You ready? All right, squeeze, squeeze, press, press, squeeze, squeeze, press, press. 3, 3, press, press. 4, 4, press, press. Last one, 5, 5, press and press. Ooh, there you go. Yes, we have work after this too. Dang. Okay, alternating bicep curls. All right, arms at your sides. Inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, let's take a right curl and alternate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're just going to stay with this. But what I want you to think about very specifically, and 1, is elbow. Keep that elbow stable. Don't let it slide back and forth. 5, 6, 7, elbows to rib cage. 9, and 10. All right, nicely done. Good opening warm-up round. Okay, get a drink. And we're gonna go into some unilateral work, which will include compound movements. All right, how exciting. But we're ready for it. Now in this next circuit, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different movements, but each of them is unilateral. So imagine that it's 12, right? And we're gonna do 10 and switch. Okay, so stay with me. Now I don't need, there is a lot of lower body with this, not entirely lower body. But I'm moving my chair away for right now. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is some hip hinges with a single leg, okay? Now, when we're gonna go about it in our split stance. So you need to be standing and you need to stand ideally with legs wide apart. So go ahead and grab your dumbbells and get into your split stance. Right now I have right leg forward. I'm making sure I'm eyeballing my knee, making sure it's gonna track with my big toe. And my back heel is off the ground and my hips and shoulders are pointed forward. I do not want my pelvis to slide around. I'm gonna hinge. So I want my pelvis to stay put. All right, I'm gonna lengthen through my hamstring. You ready? Lengthen, lowering my belly button through sternum, and then press for my heel to come up. All right, you should not feel your hips sliding around. Inhale. And press. That was 3. Inhale and press. And our goal is to be strong to our fullest end range. So as I'm able, I want to hinge as much as I can on that hamstring. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And exhale to press up. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale and blow. Okay, good. All right, switch legs. So we've talked a lot about our setup here, right? Knee tracking with toe, everything pointed straight ahead, back leg, the heels off the ground. Now let's remember that we want to maintain our neutral spine, right? So we got to keep those shoulders drawn back. It will be harder as we hinge forward, so be more mindful. All right, let's inhale, hinge, focus on the heel, press through the heel to come up, but also be mindful of those shoulder blades. Inhale and press. Inhale and press. 5. All right, we've got 4 more. 1. Focus, focus, focus. Hamstrings and upper back. Inhale. Good. 2 more. 1. Exhale, neutral solid spine coming up. All right, nicely done. Okay, we can set those dumbbells down. And as you're walking about, always think, where am I feeling the fatigue right now? Hopefully it's in the back of your legs. Okay, so standing oblique crunch now. This is unilateral. Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to do 10 on each leg. We're not going to alternate. We're going to set the chair to the side for our balance as we need to. For those of us that maybe are just hips and above, we're crunching, right? We're crunching using our obliques, armpit to hip, shortening that span here. For those of you that are in a standing position, we're gonna lift the knee to elbow. Okay, use that balancing chair as necessary. Okay, ready? And if you're not gonna use it, you can put both hands up. Okay, ready? Exhale, 1, 3, 4, 5. Shorten, shorten, crunch. And as you crunch, you're thinking hold, make that sticky. 2 and 1. So as though you have a little bit of honey on your knee and your elbow, right? And they're sticking together and coming apart. Okay, opposite side. Now the chair's on my left. I'm going to use my right side. Okay, ready? Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, armpit to hip. Get that glute 2. Exhale, 6. Yes, stay with me slowly. 9 and 10. All right, nicely done. Okay. Now the next one, unilateral, is going to be single arm upright row. All right, and I was going to throw in some lateral lunge to single arm upright row, but then I thought, you know, Jen, sometimes too much is too much. Okay, so I want you to grab a pair of dumbbells, and we're just going to do one arm at a time for our upright row. Okay, but we want to maintain our neutral. So I'm going to start with my left, and I'm going to pull my elbow to the ceiling and back down. 2, 3. In the meantime, I'm focusing on engaging through the opposite side too. So I'm not opening up like this. That's not what we're doing. We're pulling from the shoulder, maintaining a neutral spine. 6, 7, focus on the top of shoulder. 8, 9, and 10, and down. Okay, if you said, Jen, how do I focus on my top of shoulder? First of all, think with your top of shoulder. Second of all, don't grip your dumbbell as hard. Try and make a hook grip with it. So it might be a little bit loose in your fingers. Make sure your toes are out of the way. Just kidding. All right. But try and loosen the grip on your hand, and you'll think less about pulling it, muscling it up with your chest and your arms. Okay. And then think about your elbows. Exhale. 1. Opposite arm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Elbows to ceiling, hands to heart. 10. All right, nicely done. Hopefully you're feeling a little fatigued there. Now, what comes next? We're going to take that same dumbbell, and we're just going to use one dumbbell, and we're going to get into a split stance. Okay, so I will show it to you from the side. I shall show it to you from the front. Okay, so I'm in my split stance, and all good things about my split stance. Hips pointed towards you, knees pointed towards you, shoulders pointed towards you. Back heel is off the ground. All right, now I'm going to put the dumbbell on the rack. I'm going to get a heavier dumbbell. All right, so I'm putting my pelvis in tension, right? I'm making my glutes and all those muscles around there work to support me, okay? My left foot is forward. I've got the dumbbell on my right side. I'm gonna extend my left arm out from my ear, just straight, level to the ground. Nice and straight. All right, ready? And then we're gonna do a shoulder press with the right arm. Exhale, 2, 3. And we don't want anything else moving except for what's going on in our shoulder press. But those muscles got to be working to keep you stable. 8, 9, and 10. All right, nicely done. Let's bring them back together, and we'll step back into the opposite side. Okay, so everything pointed at me as I am at you. Shoulders, hips, knees, back heels off the ground. Right knee is forward, so dumbbells in my left hand. Right arm is extended. Ready? Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Think about how strong your glutes feel supporting you. Good. 8, 9, and 10. All right, lower that with control. Nicely done. Now, Jen, is this a sneaky way to get us to do a lot more squats? Maybe. Okay. Now we're going to do air squats with the lateral leg raise. Okay, so it's not about going really deep into your squat. It's really about I'm making my brain do different things here, right? I'm going to switch gears. So I'm going to squat down on 2 feet. rise up, shift my center of gravity, and do a lateral leg raise. Okay, you ready? So we're gonna do, use your chair if you need to for your balance. Okay, ready? But I'm gonna do squat, rise, shift, and lift. Squat, rise, shift, and lift. I just came up with that. Can you believe that? 4, 5, and use that oblique. 6, 7, 8, and just make sure your weight's in your heels as you do your squat. All right, that was 10. Okay, now we're going to the other side. All right, no leaky hip. As you do your lateral leg raise, we want to stay nice and tall. Okay, you ready? Squat, rise, shift, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, oblique, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nicely done. Okay, now our last one is with our chair, okay? So we're getting a lot of good glute work here, okay? We're gonna do some chair hydrants. All right, so one key element in hydrants is we're in tabletop position, whether we're all the way on the ground or whether we're using our chair in this modification here. Now, as we're in this position, it's a neutral spine. All right, so make sure you find your neutral, wrists under armpits, relax through your neck and tops of shoulders, belly button in. All right, now I'm going to start with my left leg. So I'm gonna center my right leg underneath my belly button and flamingo my leg. Okay, you ready? And now we're gonna do hydrant circles. So not just hydrants, okay? So draw your knee to your elbow, out and around. 2, 3, we're working on big movements as we're able. 4, and 5. After 5, let's change directions. Knee moves away from the elbow and comes back in. 4 and 5. Okay, now what you should be restricting yourself by there, I'm switching the other side, is maintaining a neutral pelvis. So maintain the range of motion that a stable pelvis will give you. Okay, so you have to engage your core to keep your pelvis stable, but I don't want to see your pelvis rocking open. Okay, so imagine there's just a little paintbrush on the tip of your knee and you're trying to draw circles with the tip of your knee. Okay, center that left leg under your belly button, flamingo the right leg. Okay, knee to elbow. 1, 2, and I'm just painting circles. 3, 4, and 5. Change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, nicely done. Okay, we're gonna take that whole thing one more time through. All right, little child's pose, feel good? Yes, okay. So we're back to our hamstring work. Single leg hip hinge. Now, as we get more and more sophisticated with this movement, what we can do is think about how much of my body weight is on my front leg. And as you get thinking down this line, remember that's another reset. You might, if you are mentally here, you might want to lighten the weight that you're having your hands. All right, so here's how this works. I got my setup, everything's straight. And as I hinge forward, then I think about how much of my weight is on my front foot and not on my back foot. Press up. Good. Inhale. Press up. So the less that back leg is doing, the more the front leg has to do. 3. And that front leg, we're targeting the hamstrings and glutes, right? Inhale. Good, neutral spine. I'm on 8. Inhale. 9. And 10. Okay, good. Let's switch to the other side. All right, broad split stance. All right, back heels off the ground. Everything else is pointed forward. All right, melt forward as you inhale. Think about where your body weight is, front heel or split, and then press through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, 5 more. 1, 2. It should be a good tempo where you can focus and concentrate on all the places. We've got 2 more. Exhale, low belly. Shoulders stay back, shoulder blades holding a pencil. Press from the heel. All right, nicely done. Okay, dumbbells down. All right, standing oblique crunch, one side at a time. Using the chair beside you if you need your balance, or just in case. All right, palms at your ears. All right, ready? Knee to elbow, exhale. 1. 5. 7. Hip to rib cage. 9. And 10. Okay, switching sides now. Good work. You should be feeling a burn here. We're really working those obliques today. Ready? Exhale. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Okay. Single arm upright row. All right, now obviously you can put some tension into your lower body here if you want to by softening your knees, sending yourself back into a little demi squat. That's entirely up to you. Okay, because we want to isolate and stay balanced. All right, that's the key with unilateral work. Isolate and stay balanced. Ready? Inhale. And excellent. Pull them from the left. 1. Loose grip. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. So the tops of my shoulders are pulling my elbow to the ceiling. 8. 9. And 10. I'm not pulling from my chest to pull the weight off the ground. I just have an anchor on my hands that makes my elbows heavier. 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now who is up for that split stance? Single arm shoulder press. All right. We've got good blood flow now. Okay, I've got a nice broad split stance. Left leg forward, tracking with my knee. Right leg back, heel is lifted, and it's straight back there. Okay, the deeper you go, the harder it is, okay? All right, left leg is forward, so I'm gonna put my dumbbell on the rack on the right side, extend the left arm. Ready, exhale. 1, 2, and I'm doing palm to my ear, but I could do palm out. 2, 3, 4, whatever is most comfortable for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, dumbbell down, switching sides. All right, and our goal is really to put our glutes under tension here. So be mindful. We want to be squeezing them to stabilize our pelvis. Right arm extended, left arm on the rack, knuckles to the ceiling, palm in or palm out. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. It takes a strong wind to bowl us over. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nicely done. Okay, dumbbell down. Okay, now we have those air squat to lateral leg raise. Okay, you got this. All right, ready. Squat, rise, left. Squat, rise, and lift. 3, 4, center, 5, 6, oblique, 8, 9, and 10. All right, ready to switch the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good work. Exhale to lift the leg off the ground. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and chair hydrant circles, or on the ground if you prefer. Okay, left foot or right foot under your belly button, nice and centered. Left flamingo leg. All right, let's go for circles. Neutral pelvis, 2. We're just painting circles. 4 and 5. Change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nicely done. Okay, change legs now. Left foot under belly button, right leg flamingo, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, nicely done. Okay, water break. And then we're back to our last round of bilateral work. Now, never fear, we are not going to do 20 of each. No, we're not going to do 30. You should never tell the teacher something she wants to hear. No, in interest of time, we're only going to do 8. 8 of each, and that way we can get onto the ground. Okay. All right, so back to our chair squats. All right, we did a lot of good unilateral work. All right, now we're back to these strong and powerful movements. And we're gonna stay focused on what we learned about our bodies. All right, inhale through the nose, exhale and rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, total stillness, exhale, 7, and 8. Good, okay, coming back to your seat. Hinging forward, if you prefer to stay seated. All right, then it's row to kick back. Okay, I'm gonna do it from a standing position. Okay, ready? Row to kick. Row to kick. Good. 3 and 4, 5 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. Hinge and rise, and then we'll have a seat, elbow squeeze to press. Okay. All right, dumbbells on your lap. All right, then we're gonna curl, lift the elbows, point them at the opposite wall, squeeze, open, and press. 2. And really squeeze your chest together like you're trying to squeeze your sternum. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lower the dumbbells with control. Ready? Right hand and alternate. 2. Elbows stable. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, nicely done. Okay, let's get those dumbbells out of here and let's make our way down to the ground. Okay, so using your chair, half kneel, double kneel. All right, chairs out of the way. And down onto the ground. All right. Okay, find your space on your mat, on your carpet. Relax for just a moment. Hopefully your heart rate isn't going too fast right now. Probably definitely above resting, but not the fastest it's ever been. All right, now find your imprint. Okay, wiggle a little bit to find it. You want to make sure that you feel your shoulder blades into the mat and feel your middle traps relaxed a bit. Your head is imprinting and allowing for that space in your neck, and your tops of shoulders are soft. Your arms are extending down. You can feel your elbows, maybe your triceps, but probably just your elbows down to your hands onto the mat, down by your sides. Hopefully you've got a little space for your low back. Pelvis, knees to the ceiling, and then feet on the ground. And those knees are in parallel. Now let's start our breath work in through our nose and out through our mouth. And you're striving for a breath pattern that's like a leaky tire. Long and slow. Once you get a handle of that, then let's start thinking inwardly. Literally inwardly toward the makeup of your core. Find your transverse visually, or if you can really feel it yourself activating it, or imagine it, it's that deepest anterior layer of muscle tissue on your belly, underneath your obliques. As you exhale, feel it sinking towards your spine, but not overdoing it. We aren't pressing our spine and low back into the mat. It's just settling down and contracting and wrapping around your spine, but not pressing it to the mat. All right, now send your thought to your pelvic floor, initiating your exhale with its activation as it rises up between your legs and meets your transverse on its descent towards your spine. So it activates a little bit before your transverse. And a little bit after your transverse comes your intercostals as they close your rib cage. stabilizing your power box. Really like a well-tied shoe, if you think about it. Not too loose on the bottom, not too tight on the top. Good, and on the next exhale, you're gonna activate through the right oblique and draw the right leg up into chair. Inhale through the nose, exhale, lower it with control, trying to stay even on both sides of your spine with the transverse and lengthening and contracting through that right oblique, raising the leg and lowering it. Let's try 5 repetitions on this side, being very mindful of your body setup, pelvic floor, transverse rib cage. Do I feel it evenly protecting my low back? And then do I feel my oblique pulling my leg, my dead right leg, pulling it up over my hip, pausing for myself to get an inhale, and then exhale as I lower it. I think I need 1 more to get 5. Good, and then lengthen, 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 lowering with control. Good, okay, let's switch to the left leg. So we got it in our mind's eye. We're gonna create this equilibrium in our low back, protecting both sides of the spine with my pelvic floor, transverse wrap, rib cage, and my left oblique is gonna be responsible for pulling the left leg up in the chair. Ready? In through the nose. Exhale out the mouth as you pull. And then lower with control. And then pull it back up, strong and stable. And down. Up for 3. Lower with control. Are you carrying tension between your shoulder blades? Relax. 4. Last one, pull it up for 5. And then lower it with control. All right, nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna draw our soles of our feet together. Let our knees fall open wide. Relax through your inner thighs. All right, relax in your glutes. Bring your palms to your ears and draw your elbows into your peripheral vision. Make sure that you feel comfortable between your shoulder blades. Don't go cuckoo and really project your chest up off the ground by squeezing your shoulder blades together. You still want to be able to zip the rib cage here. All right, now slowly float your head up off the ground and rest the weight of your head in your hands. All right, let that energy, that framework go all the way down to your chest and your lats. All right, so that's what's supporting your head. And take a body setup breath here. Exhale, pelvic floor, transverse rib cage, tight in the core. And on your next exhale, you're gonna take that body setup, but then also round and roll forward, contracting through your rectus abdominis to get a nice thoracic curve. And then inhale as you return back down to your float. Exhale as you contract into your curve, trying not to pull from the neck. Holding as you're able, making sure that you feel like, oh yes, my transverse is still sinking toward my belly button. Exhale and repeat. We'll take 3 more. Inhale, exhale. 2, you can gaze down at your belly button if you like to make sure that it's staying in close. And 1. All right, nicely done. Okay. Now we're gonna draw our knees together, bring them up into chair and go into bicycles. So we're gonna kind of put together the couple of things that we warmed up on. Okay, so our hands are gonna be at our ears again, and fingers laced behind our head. And then float your head up off the ground and find the weight of your head heavy so you can relax your neck and support your head with your chest and your lats. Elbows are in your peripheral. You can feel that little connection down towards your hips. And then float your legs up into chair. All right, first we'll just start with the legs and then we'll add the arms, okay? So what are the legs doing? They're doing a single leg extension. So inhale through the nose. Exhale as you go through your body setup, and then right leg just extends out through a male slot, straight out, maybe at a 45-degree angle, and then returns. Exhale, left leg goes straight, sinking into your low belly. Let's try one more on each side. Exhale, right leg goes straight out through a male slot and in. Make sure you're breathing deeply into your exhale. Good, okay. What's next is we'll be rotating elbow to opposite knee. And as we're reaching for that opposite knee with the right elbow, the right leg's gonna extend out through the male slot, okay? All right, for those of you that didn't take a break, we all took a break there, so I apologize. All right, so let's float the head back up, go through that whole setup, relax the neck and tops of shoulders, elbows are in your peripheral. All right, legs floating up in a chair. Inhale through the nose into the chest. Exhale, right leg, single leg extension, right elbow to left knee. And return. Exhale. And return. 2. Exhale, 2. We'll take one more. Exhale, 3. And 3. Good. Okay, lower your head with control. Lower the legs with control. Nicely done. Good work. Okay, now we did some spinal flexion here, right, in Frogger. Now we're going to try and do some spinal flexion from the side. Okay, I kind of like this one. For those of you that have a pillow for your head or for your knees through this workout, that's a nice thing to have right about now, because it would be good to support the head and reduce the amount of tension that you're carrying in your neck as well as you can. Okay, now I'm on my side. I happen to be on my right side. All right, and I'm going to use just my right hand to support my head. And with my left hand, I'm going to put my palm at my ear and the elbow pointed up toward the ceiling. All right, now I'm trying to let everything go dead. All right, even though I know a lot of things are going to want to grip as I do this, and I'm going to want to press from the ground to come up. I'm going to try my best not to do that. Okay. First of all, I'm going to take a good body setup breath in through my nose, out through my mouth, pelvic floor transverse rib cage. Okay, and then as I'm ready, I'm going to take that body setup breath and then contract through my obliques and try and just get some spinal flexion laterally. And you don't have to use that bottom hand. I really didn't want to do that. I was doing it, but let that bottom hand be dead. Exhale, set up, and then contract through the obliques and the lats. Hold the weight of your spine with the obliques. Maybe one or two more. Exhale. Just to get a sense for what muscles am I using here, Jen? Okay, good. Hopefully it's all right here, yeah? Okay, all right, now we're gonna roll over to the other side, okay? So we wanna work the right side now. All right, so here you go. Hopefully you have that pillow to support your head. It really is much nicer when you don't put your neck in tension as you start. So even though I don't happen to have a pillow handy, so my neck muscles are activated, I really want to focus on activating in my core and not my neck to lead this off, right? It's easy to say, oh, I'm going to pull my spine by cranking on my head. And I don't want to do that. I want to pull my spine up by contracting through my lats and obliques. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's why our body setup breath is so important. Okay, so right hand to your ear, right elbow toward the ceiling. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Take that body setup breath. Pelvic floor, transverse rib cage. Okay, on the next one, ready? Inhale. Exhale into your setup. Slowly contract through the obliques and pull the spine off the ground. I know you're going to feel tension in your neck. Just try to focus more on pulling from your obliques, pulling from your armpit. Try and be as relaxed in your jawline as you can. 3. Exhale. 2. 1. All right, nicely done. Let your head come to rest on the ground. All right, now we're going to roll onto our backs again. Draw your knees to your chest. Hug them in a little bit if you want to, and if you can, turn off all your muscles and just let the weight of your pelvis drag everything down. And then allow your pelvis to find its way to the ground again gently. Okay, and I'm gonna go left here. So my legs are together, they're not at my chest. And I'm gonna let them fall to the left side of my body with control and get good rotation in my low back. My goal is to get my legs as relaxed as possible, number 1. And number 2, as close to the ground as I can. So they become weights that will stretch my low back. All right, and my arms, I'm gonna tee out. So my legs are on the left, so I'm gonna gaze to my right. And my goal for my upper torso is shoulder blades relaxed and melted into the ground. And if you're not there, don't stretch and reach for it. Rather, just think, I'm heavy and melting. And this position, you would want to hold for like a minute if you could, and focusing on those areas of tension that you need to let go of. Now I'm gonna add a little to this. I'm gonna slide my left leg out straight underneath. So my right leg has further to go. And I'm gonna take my left hand and press down gently, adding more rotation. And I'm getting a little glute in this now. All right, now I'm gonna draw my legs back together and roll my pelvis back to the ground. All right, so I'm back up in Stargazer, and I'm gonna draw my knees up and let them fall slowly to the ground, to the right side. All right, remember, number 1, relax. Release all the tension. Goal number 2, how close to the ground can I get my legs? Arms are teed out, gaze opposite direction as your legs. I'm gazing to my left hand. Melting my shoulder blade down. Okay, that's our good base position. And then I'm gonna slide the bottom leg out. Take the right hand, press down gently on the left leg. More rotation, opening up the hip a little bit. Nice work. Okay, release the knee, draw the legs together. Roll the pelvis back to its home position in Stargazer. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Just a reminder what a great job your core did for you today and what it's going to continue to do for you today. All right, and then we'll roll over onto our side, press our way up. All right, great job. Nice class, bilateral, unilateral, core work. You should feel good. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.